you need to touch base, meaning that you really do need to learn that going out there with those shoes off for real, that may seem like that old namaste, airy fairy, just to slow it down and ground out all of that air. See, because that's what's happening is when you're thinking a lot, and I'm answering this question in detail also because I know these are the questions that we all have, right? So all of that thinking is air. That's the fire. The fire's in the mind, right? So when you're generating this, you can't even see how big this thing is that you're actually projecting into called the mind, like how big your mind is. But as I said, is it Superman body? How big is the rest of your body? Because what'll happen is the mind will it'll want to achieve something great. And it almost like it'll melt down like a rocket ship with no launch pad. It'll try to take off, but it doesn't have the root chakra. The root chakra is a powerhouse. So it won't have a powerhouse. So it'll take off. And that then leads to depression. Because then you'll start feeling like, how this is not working and blah, blah. No, it's not that it doesn't work. Your body is like a car. But it'd be like, you know what I mean? Where it's, it's like you've heard that sound before when you try to hop up one of the buckets. It's like, okay, something's wrong. It's the battery or the voltage regulator. That's how the body works. It's either the battery, the voltage regulator, or the alternator. You see what I mean? And you got to know what those are, because all these mysteries and all these sciences broke down to the things that we have today in society that work. And if you go into them and you take them apart, you'll notice they all have the same series of components. We call that the blueprint. Then we're able to go back into the body, cross-engineer, back-engineer, go back to the body, and then say, oh, that's out. Or, oh, this is not working, and then start working with that. But it's easy, again, for somebody to say, okay, yeah, everything that you're experiencing right now, everything you're saying from experience is a result of not having any ground. So you need to get a ground blanket. They cheap now. They used to be like $120. Really, it's just a grounding strap. If your house is not grounded well, or you're in a high rise, give it up. You're basically being suspended all the time, and your root chakra can't tether. So all you need to do is one grounding strap, one grounding blanket, it plugs into the ground on the ground socket. If you notice when you whip your blankets, if you see a lot of static electricity, this is not what you want. These things are toxic for the human body. They control the dream field. So what's going on? Oh, too much static electricity from the dryer, from that Bounty wrap. Now you need to go and you need to ground it out. And you'll notice this is a real thing. In electronics, we got to do this, or we'll blow everything. All of the circuits and stuff that are inside of these devices generally can be blown from the charge that's just coming off of a standard human's hand when walking across the carpet. So that's why we got to get back into ourselves, because I just kind of gave you like this whole thing. You're like, dang, now I got to get the grounding strap, then I got to get outside. But now you can see why this is the ascension comes into contention with work or war all the time. And so then this makes us have to take a step back and figure out how we're sustaining ourselves in all of this. So that way we can buy time eventually. Like, really, some people are underwater. Get yourself out of debt for real. And what debt really means, break the surface so you're not in the netherworld, you're not in the court of Osiris and all of that. And then actually get ready to jettison. And in the jettison, that's where the first milestone is the tip of the sun. Okay? On the tip of the sun is new in you. Everything that happens first is right there. And if you could get your beak right there, then that's the first goal. Holler, basically, when you get to that stage. But not having ground, you'll never reach there. You'll be like Icarus. Your wings will burn up in the sky in that way. You see what I mean? So that's why if you want to really accomplish this work, that's why they call it the great work, because it's not always fun, right? But if you want to lift, if you want to be hard body, if you may, and lift weight, really, which is the other name for Sirius, weight. Go look it up. Sirius, the one of the 3 stars, is called weight. If you want to lift weight for real, then you got to really look at this like, okay, I'm in. Let me go ahead and start these instructions. So that's what it is. Sending much love.